So welcome to game 2, guys. It's Cambridge versus LSE in the first series of the Heritage Land Finals. Cambridge are up one game after a convincing victory, and they open their draft with an OD.
Yep, it's insanely powerful at the moment. Every time I've faced him, it's been pretty brutal. He's very, very good. The changes they made to him, his Q now, like you build him as this disgusting, like his right click is so powerful, and then his ult comes on top of it. He always was like that, but it was much harder to set up the massive wombo ult because you had to imprison people to steal the int. Now every single right click you're stealing 3 int, you can steal a ridiculous amount. But Venge and Night Stalker, that should give LSE some nice early game ganking presence, I think, especially at night time, obviously. But OD is different gravy, this boy. Different gravy.
Absolutely, yeah. So the OD being the first pick, the mid lane should be sorted out. I don't know if he'll want to have another support to go with the OD mid or something else, I don't know. But OD, great mid laner, not really a great deal of proper counters out there. Back in the day, Razor was the counter that you pick against the OD, but the way OD works now, it doesn't really work quite as well. So the thing how it used to be, right, was that the imprisonment would trigger Razor's passive, which would slow down the OD, so it'd be really hard to break the static link. OD just isn't going to use imprison on him anymore.
Yep.
OD can basically just smack him and do enough damage anyway, or just walk away. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to pick against it. Invoker TA already taken out. Cambridge take out the TA themselves as probably one of the heroes that can farm better against the OD. The Lone Druid and the Shaman band, the Tusk and the Invoker also in the first stage. Gyrocopter and Void in the second stage.
The Faceless Void ban is interesting because I think a lot of people felt that the changes to make, like the changes to backtrack, were going to make him weaker. But it turns out that when he time dilates everybody, the fight is won. Like we've had that in a bunch of games. You're up against any kind of blinking hero, any hero that wants to cast spells. It's awful. It's like a silence that lasts forever.
Yeah, Faceless Void now extremely strong. More centered around his Chronosphere than he used to be. He's obviously not anymore really going to run in and do loads of damage with, you know, like a Battle Fury,
right,
like Daedalus or something like it would before. Everything's kind of around the Chronosphere now, but inside that he can do the same amount of damage, right? Like he, what's it called, the Time Lock?
Yeah.
That's not been changed, I don't think, so he's just got more potential to move around, more potential to survive. Like, it's changed more from a RNG hero to a high skill hero. Like if you can avoid all this damage by playing rather than just backtracking Finger of Death and every other spell in the game.
But it has changed the way you initiate with him, because now obviously you can't time walk in to set up the Chronosphere. You want to get, like, I've seen people get blinks on him a lot and stuff like that, so yeah, it is interesting. Also, I guess what you could do is you could Venge swap Void into a group of people or something, who knows. But he's run. I've seen him run as an offlaner a lot in pub games, and he just gets levels. And yeah, I don't think I personally would want to trust him as your number one, because he is quite squishy now compared to what he used to be.
Yeah. Well, he's not in this game anyway.
Indeed. Let's stop talking about him.
So we don't really know what they're going to do with the Venge or the Night Stalker at this point. We have seen some S4 and Night Stalker mid blast from the past. And obviously we're seeing Vengeful Spirit probably more as a carry now than as a support. With the new and improved Aghanim Scepter, and with the higher agility gain, Venge really can be important in these big group ups, 20-30 minutes. The Aura can just do so much damage, buff up everybody else, can really make from some strong team fight. And with the Darkseer and the Night Stalker, maybe that's what they're going for. They still have. In fact, yeah, we really don't know what they're going to pick. 2 supports or 2 cores here, so maybe Cambridge are as confused as we are. We'll see what they opt to ban out. The Witch Doctor and the Dazzle being the support duo from Cambridge.
I mean, I was actually going to say I suspect we'll see Dazzle in one of these games. He's ridiculously annoying hero. I can't stand playing against him, and we saw Team Cambridge like to group up, and I think Dazzle's really good for that. Witch Doctor as well with his heal can sustain the push, so it wouldn't surprise me to see a couple of heroes that also like to push coming out. That's what they're about. They win early. I mean, that last game was over in 25 minutes, more or less.
So there's, just from the two supports, there's a lot of potential damage coming out. The Weave and the... Whoa! The Weave combined with the Witch Doctor roll does a lot of physical damage on its own. If they can find some more minus armor from somewhere, they could potentially put that to some really good use. Shadow Fiend is still in the field, obviously not being picked anywhere near as much as to what were supposedly the relatively small nerfs to his Rays. But just not really picked up anymore, and two heroes that you probably want to occupy the mid lane. So we'll see if they pick up anything else. Is Slardar still available? Slardar's still there. So that could be an option for Cambridge here.
I think Sven's a good pick. You've got a good combo with the vacuum into cleave. It's quite cool, but we'll see.
The Sven pickup from LSE, so that puts one of these two heroes almost certainly as a support.
I think it's just going to be a roaming Night Stalker and Venge as well. Darkseer off, Sven's safe. Pretty tough. I mean, he's up against a Phoenix. Interesting.
So there's definitely some good teamfight potential from both teams here. The Phoenix, the combo of the Dazzle and Witch Doctor damage together, the OD against the potential vacuum into Sven stun and the cleave.
I think the other interesting thing is that OD can imprison someone who's hitting the egg, which sets up a nice combo there. So OD sort of, I think that's going to work quite well. Witch Doctor Ag's ulti, nasty team fight.
So Razor being the last man out from LSE here. I guess there's some potential to add to the team fight with that. There's the ult, which does reduce armor, so that can go together with a little bit of the physical damage strat they've got, but now it's just kind of general loads of damage from all sources. The Phoenix as well, loads of magic damage there. It's going to force some attention away from the OD and cancelling the Witch Doctor ulti. The egg has to be killed, or it's extremely hard. If you can't disengage from a fight and you can't kill the egg, it's going to be an extremely difficult fight.
Ooh.
And the final pick, I can't believe that it's got through this far.
Yeah.
I can't believe that it's the last pick in the second game that we see a death. Oh. There you go, here's a Spectre in reply.
It's spreading.
Now is the time. Okay, so we are into the second game.
This is three heroes I hate to face in a pub game. Spectre, OD, DP. Death Prophet, we'll see. We'll see. This could be the turnaround that LSE need, because she is ridiculously strong now.
Okay, so on the side of Cambridge, we have Burge playing the Spectre, Dizluffy on the OD, 5-7 playing the Dazzle, Burst of the Highlander playing on the Witch Doctor, and finally Kingfisher playing the Phoenix.
Yep, and for the Radiant we got Beam on the Night Dude, Ethan on the Sven, Expocalyptic on the Death Prophet, we got Jeebus on the Darkseer, and who'd I miss? Someone else, where is he? He on the Venge.
30 seconds to battle.
Okay, so both teams moving towards the rings now. It looks like Phoenix placing down her ward. She's not going to be able to turn up to this fight, and it does look like that Cambridge are just going to split up here. Odie is going to go towards the bottom room, probably get that for himself. Dazzle's there to guard him in case anything breaks out, but it looks like it's going to be another pretty safe first minute.
Secure that rune.
I was meant to have this.
So in terms of lanes, we've got Spectre, Witch Doctor top right now. I guess that Dazzle is going to be going up there to join. I don't know. I don't know how much help this OD is going to need. It depends if the Death Prophet is going to have any support or not.
Yeah.
There's the potential for the Venge to kind of hang around in the mid lane and do whatever she can. And now look at
Nightstalker.
this
Yeah.
up top, trying to pull the creeps through. Daring. There's not. I guess there's not really enough disable, not enough slow. Only the cast from the Witch Doctor is an actual stun, but it didn't actually work. He only got the one ranged creep, which is just going to wrap around and bring back anyway. And now Spectre's taking a lot of damage from the Ion Shell, and now the cast goes out, potentially save, and now Witch Doctor's taking loads of damage himself as well.
One more punch!
And now, look at that, Nightstalker, no fear whatsoever, dives forwards, ends up with 60 HP.
Fearless! Utterly fearless. He's got boots. Nice.
Now, somehow Death Prophet is taking a whole load of damage. She's been hit by 3 Arcane Orbs, judging by the steel. And now only got the 2 Fairy Fires and the no Talisman, still a few hundred gold away from Bottle. So this is turning out, it might be quite a difficult lane.
Yep.
For the Death Prophet here.
Thing is, they basically just need here to hit 6 and then they can start pushing towers. Her ult is, I think it's well worth playing around. Look at the cooldown of that 145, and it's almost a guaranteed fight or tower every time you use it.
And now Phoenix on the bot lane did stack the stuns a tiny little bit, but is there going to be enough damage? Not quite. Does get the Icarus dive away, and Phoenix doing okay so far. Almost hit level 3 now. Actually doesn't have a salve unfortunately, so we'll have to wait for the regen a little bit more slowly than that. Top lane, we see the Nightstalker diving behind the towers over and over here with the Ion Shell. Didn't manage to find the kill that time, but really disrupting this top lane. Spectre still managed to find the CS.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Bot lane, Sven, they want to make another go onto the Phoenix here. They will stack the stuns a little bit more efficiently this time. The Fairy Fire, will it save the Phoenix? No, it won't. No chance for an Icarus dive there, and Phoenix is gone.
This is going well for LSE.
Yeah, they're 2 up on the board. Sven's farming well. It's going to be a very difficult mid lane for the Death Prophet, but maybe with the higher levels, they'll be able to catch up a little. We'll see.
Oh, top. They're going?
Yeah, they're trying to catch out the Nightstalker, but he's going to be pretty tanky. He has over 500 health and 6 armor here. That's without even any armor items. Phoenix being harassed a little bit by the Venge. Managed to find 3. It's going to be difficult for her to get much more than that without being stunned down again.
We've got some kind of Twitter overlay now. That's impressive stuff. Phoenix only level 3. Having the best of times. Spectre, well, Spectre's not getting as much farm as Sven, but it's not exactly going badly. Death Prophet. 5. This actually turned out pretty even between these two. I thought the OD from when you saw earlier, all that damage, I thought it was going to look really bad for DP, but she seems to be doing alright.
Yep. I'm sorry I missed that, but bot lane, the same thing happens again. The chain stun onto the Phoenix, who couldn't even use the Icarus dive to get away. This is going to be a very hard lane for the Phoenix on her own, and I guess this is why the Dazzle is down here. And now, yeah, top lane, Beam diving really hard, but the Coconut gets the kill in the end. Maybe a little bit too confident there. Saw that the Dazzle had rotated to bottom, thought he could maybe do something, but it didn't work out for him. Mid lane, the CS only a little bit in the favor of the OD. It looked like OD was maybe just going to completely take control of this game, of this lane early on. But not really working out like that. The 3 levels in Crypt Swarm. Going to let the Death Prophet push out the lane wherever she can.
This is why the Phoenix... oh god, I thought he was going to go there. He'd been Icarus diving across the creep wave and to get fire on Sven. Of course, then he doesn't have his escape. And against a 2-stun lane, it's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, so both mids finding the levels. A ping comes out onto the OD, and here's a Nightstalker. The slow is here from the Spirit Siphon. Puts the Death Prophet in a prison, but it's not going to be anywhere near enough. And the LSE find their 4th kill. Kills happening in every lane now. No lane is safe for Cambridge. Do you think they're getting enough farm and finding enough space, enough experience on their supports? etc. to make these deaths worth it, or do you think they need to change something very soon?
I mean, it depends what kind of build Spectre's going to go for, I think. And he's doing well in farm, doing okay. You know, he's keeping up. It's a tricky lane against Darkseer. And
Will he actually get the Witch Doctor here? He only needs one more hit. He tries to turn for a coconut, but he doesn't get it.
Double for Spectre here as well, actually.
Yeah. He's trying. Yeah, he's doing so much damage here. The Ion Shell.
Oh,
is he actually going to get through the trees? No, he doesn't. That's a double kill. Beam on his own wipes out the dual lane for Cambridge.
Death Prophet has her ult. If they can get a slow on the OD here from the Knight Dude, might be able to make him suffer as well.
Yeah, the Dazzle, the defensive support here, not being able to save his team from...
Here comes Bench.
Yep, here we go. There's 3 converging on the OD. The TP is coming in from the Spectre, but how much is that going to do? She's here, she's level 5, but that's all she's got. The ult is dropped by OD, but it doesn't do enough. Beam is still alive. 2 more rotations. The Dazzle is just going to heal up the Spectre, and that's going to be the end of it. The Coconut not achieving enough there. And again, OD now taken down. Every lane, although they're a little bit behind. Oh no, even now they're ahead in farm. So these rotations paying off so much.
Yep.
For LSE.
I mean, the only downside there for LSE was they used Death Prophet ult. I think they got 1 kill out of it. They weren't able to push anything, but hey, he's dominating the lane now.
Yep, and in that time, the same thing again. Ben and Venge, easy takedown onto the Phoenix. Top lane, they want to try and find Phoebus on the Darkseer. Not going to work at this point.
Well, they got top 3 farm. If you look at last hits and denies, you've got Sven, Death Prophet, Darkseer. I mean, I think the Night Stalker has created this space. If you think about the first game, they kind of relied on a Pudge to do that, but Night Stalker's done it a lot better.
So what's the plan now for Beam?
They're going to try and get DP mid, but Night Dude's coming around the back. Silence. Saves up.
Phoenix still wants to dive forwards here. He's going to get a little bit more damage onto the Death Prophet, but it's not going to do enough. Phoenix not quite the level 6 right now, so not able to drop that egg. And now top lane.
Darkseer and possibly Beam going down.
But Beam will get away. He's now got the urn, he's got the phase boots.
A lot of action.
Nighttime about to end, so Night Stalker maybe taking us. Oh, the dagger, will it do enough damage? Nowhere near enough. He's gone for the max Desolate. So the dagger not quite enough now.
He had the mana, he could haunt and maybe chase him down, but doesn't have it.
Yep, Venge doing fine in the lane. Bot anyway. And now the haunt.
Oh, there it is.
Going? Where is this even aiming for? It's just
a bit late. I think he was trying to finish off the Night Stalker, but he'd run too far. He's very fast with those phase boots.
Even in the daytime, the damage from the Spectre was not enough to catch up.
The helm on Sven, by the way.
A swap onto the Spectre top. She gets stunned immediately, and now the Coconut though doing so much work. I don't think the wall actually hit onto the Spectre, and now the double heal.
Oh,
the Dazzle and the Witch Doctor. Now
he doesn't have the mana.
Oh no, that's really unfortunate. He flies forwards, doesn't have the mana. And now the Death Prophet has dropped the ult. The Spirit Siphon and the Silence is going, but the Coconut, the damage from the OD, doing so much. Will he actually tick out to the Maledict here? I think that the Death Prophet will go down.
Yep. Needs her ult to end.
Yeah.
Didn't end.
Fortunately, didn't quite work well enough.
Alright.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, some signs of life from Cambridge there.
Yeah.
A really good rotation. Everyone moved up there, but Ben in the meantime has found Power Treads, Helm of the Dominator, and a wand. He's pretty much been left completely alone. What do you think his build-up is going to be? How is he going to take over this game? Do you think he's going to want to wait for a long time? You know, maybe get a BKB and a crit before he starts joining the fights? Or do you think he picks up a Blink next and just goes for it?
I think the problem is that the longer this goes on, the more likely it is that Spectre will get items. I think Sven probably wants to join the fight before that point, try and get some good kills, you know, but I don't think he'll try and outfarm the Spectre.
Yep, almost certainly right. Hopefully Sven, I imagine it'll be Blink Dagger he'll pick up next. And with that God Strength, when he gets to level 11, the Blink and the God Strength, he's going to be able to wipe out pretty much anyone he wants. If he gets in trouble, he's even got the Venge swap to get him out and the Surge from the docks here, so... but that fight, for the first time, we saw Dazzle and the Witch Doctor with his heal actually be able to save someone, and it did turn out that it did turn around that fight.
Yeah. The only thing is, if he gets the BKB, that kind of does mitigate a lot of the damage that OD does, so he might think about that. He's in trouble here, I think.
Yeah, the coconut hits, but it doesn't bounce, and Spectre haunts and moves forwards. Swap away from the Venge, though, really well played. And now he's actually turning back towards him. The egg is dropped, but it looks like everyone's just going to be able to disengage from this. Beam is hanging around on the side. He's popped the nighttime, and that's the egg used. And
nice
pretty much
Joker.
nothing, and look at how much damage the Spectre takes from that. The Phoenix is going to hang around and make sure no one else is going to follow. That was 4
Dire's middle tower is
from
under attack.
DP mid, by the way, pops her ult. Gonna try and push down this tower, but I'm not sure she's gonna be able to.
No, it's not done too much quite yet, so potentially a little bit wasted there not having the creeps, but they got Cambridge to commit so much to bot lane there. Dotsier didn't even need to turn up, so he's farming up pretty nicely top. He only needs another 300 gold or so to get his mech, so...
Yeah.
No, the silence wasn't there in time from the Night Stalker. He actually hasn't taken a point in it, and now the TP away doesn't quite get cancelled in time. Too much int stolen, I guess, from the Night Stalker. Phoenix, level 7, hanging around this bot lane. Doing a lot of damage to the Sven. I'm pretty low health right now, but...
Yeah, he needs to be careful.
Yeah, he does have the help to try and lifesteal a little bit, and he's got a Fairy Fire to try and get him out of any trouble. Now, Cambridge, do you think they're comfortable now?
Well, we'll see. I think it depends on... there'll probably be a big fight around the 20-minute mark. That tends to be when these things happen. And if Sven can arrive to that and he's got whatever item he's waiting for, then it'll be based around that. DP ult, get a tower or two. We'll see.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's a definite tower surge sometime soon with LSE, and Cambridge can't really be content to wait until the Spectre has the Radiance and whatever else. The mech is going to be there, the God Strength and Blink Dagger on the Sven probably, and the level 2 Exorcism. That's going to be a lot to deal with, and they need to make sure they've got enough to deal with that at the time on the side of Cambridge. We'll have to see what their game plan is. Death Prophet is building up for a Yule's Scepter now. There was an attempt at a swap there from the Venge, but OD just moved out of vision, I think.
Well, they got DP ult. Where do they want to go? Sven is going back to base. If he TP's mid, it's game time.
Yeah, I imagine that the Death Prophet won't want to use the ult until she's level 11. He's only half a level away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bounty
She might
ring?
want to save it.
Bounty ring? Paste. Very nice.
But they are going to try and get their push on this mid lane. There is the 1 point in the Vengeance Aura. Value point.
Then goes back to bot. Yep, there goes the Exorcism.
Yep, they are just going to commit here. They've got another creep wave coming in, so they should be able to get this. But there's already the OD hanging around. Dazzle behind the tower, trying to pull the creeps away. We'll see how much LSE want to commit to this. Staying on the front lines, and Witch Doctor appears from the side. Phoenix goes all the way through, and now the Haunt is here. The Witch Doctor ult is good, and there's no way to cancel it. 2 are dead already, and there's the combo you were looking for. Nicely played there by Cambridge.
Really nice.
Witch Doctor TP'd in at the side. I don't think he quite got seen there. Managed to sneak around, get in the coconut. Phoenix flew right over the top. Very clean execution.
I kind of feel like that was a little bit of impatience from LSE. Yule's was almost done, ult was almost level 2, and they just tried to push the tower anyway. I think if they just wait a little bit longer, they've already got an advantage. Maybe they could have got that mid tower without losing anybody.
Okay, so Let's see if LSE want to do something about what happened in that last fight. Sven.
Sanj.
Yeah, buys a Sanj. I guess he's just going for the SMY, is going to trust others for the initiation. And now Death Prophet. Where was that? It was mid. OD dies to a vacuum in a wall.
Oh yeah. What's this flying out to Spectre? He's going drums, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, not even building towards the Radiance yet, so I guess this is the plan. You know, not to commit too much into the late game.
He honestly doesn't need a huge amount. That horn, look at the cooldown on that. 2 minutes, and it's very, very strong. I think you can go early fighting Spectre, and it's still very powerful. And I think if they thought they were going to get the amount of time for him to farm a Radiance, they'd be in trouble, because they won't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dire's top
Now
tower
the top lane,
is
there's
under
double
attack.
damage on the Death Prophet. There's still a little bit of time until the ult, but they will be able to take the tower without having to use it on a RAR.
Dire's
TP's
top
coming in, but I don't
tower
think they're going to be in time to do anything here.
No.
Dagger hits onto the Death Prophet, but there's no one really there to chase.
And now
that.
Sven can get bot.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No chance of a rotation here.
I don't think so. Everyone just TP'd top to try and defend there, or moved over top. I don't think there's going to be enough people to try and save that tower, and it does go down. And Death Prophet still has the ult available, didn't have to use it to take either of the top or bottom towers, so there's a potential for a fight with that.
Dire's bottom tower
I feel like
is under attack.
the ease with which they took those towers tells the story of how the laning stage went for LSE compared to Cambridge. The towers were all low. At 17 minutes, they could take 3 towers in very quick succession because they won all 3 lanes.
Yeah. Yep, you're right. The winning the laning phase there, really turning into some map control here for LSE. They're not that far ahead on kills anymore, but Ben is farming up a storm.
Yeah.
He uses the God Strength there to take out the Ancients, and now he's got the SMY completed and flying in mid.
Working on that Ags for Night Dude.
Night Stalker goes down top before any real rotation can come in there.
Dire's
Avenge
middle
arrived just at the
tower
end, but
is
it wasn't in
under
time to
attack.
make the save with the Nether Swap. So.
But look at mid.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yep, the ult is popped by the Death Prophet,
And the Sven.
and they're just going to TP away. They're going to go top and try and take out the Spectre here with that. Just the bats flapping around Death Prophet and not doing anything for now.
Oh, the
The
drain.
Spirit Siphon goes out, and the Yules is there. Avengers coming in from the side. There's a Haunt, but the Silence is there. This is really good combo. The bats do the damage. That's enough.
I honestly think Spirit Siphon is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's a spell, that's for sure. Just the amount that it does. It doesn't do negligible
Radiant's
damage. You know, it
middle
heals
tower
you.
is under attack.
That's
It
slow.
slows. Yeah. And just the amount of range, the range it takes to break it is considerably longer than the range it has on cast. So it's just so hard to get away from it.
Ridiculous.
And now Darkseer does have the mech. He is up at level 10.
So, just a minute until the Breath Prophet ult is up again, by the way. 1 minute.
Yep, not long until the nighttime for the Night Stalker. And how's he doing? He's actually, yeah, like you said, the Axe, it's coming. And that's going to be really big when he gets it. The map control there, just from a support in this lineup, is going to be monumental. The fact that he got all those kills and took control of that top lane. He's actually ahead of the Phoenix, who's a core on the other team in net worth.
Witch Doctor looking for a Glimmer Cape here. His ult could be really, really big in these fights.
Definitely, yeah. It will be really good.
But I think Cambridge at the moment very firmly on the back foot. And I think the Night Stalker creates so much space for the Sven. And he hasn't even really needed to fight yet.
Cambridge now having to play really defensively. Their ward coverage is pretty much non-existent right now. They can't really see any of the map. They can't see their own jungle. They can't see the enemy jungle. They can't see anything near Roshan, so they are very boxed in right now. I don't know if they want to try and find a fight in the defense of this bottom tier 2.
Oh, got strength. Swap!
Yep, it's popped, and now look at that! Sven! Elite Spectre from the game. Completely gone.
This is the combo right here. Kill Spectre, get a tower.
Yeah. And they are pulling that off very well.
Dire's
And Sven
bottom tower is under attack.
jumps forwards onto the Phoenix. Get out of here! Gone.
Dire's
Roche?
bottom tower has fallen.
There are pings onto the tier 3.
Yeah, get them in.
Yeah, they're going to move over to try and get the tier 2. The Exorcism just going to end now, so they're not going to have that to do any damage to the tower, but I imagine that the fight isn't going to be there. The Spectre is going to be respawning in a second, and she didn't use the Haunt for that last fight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Has the Blade of Alacrity there. Do you think that's going to be towards a Yasha, or do you think that's going to be towards a Diffusal?
Sorry, for who?
On Spectre.
I think Diffusal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So forget the Radiance build entirely for now. Just go as 5P
Yeah,
and as much damage as
there's
you
no
can.
way. There's no way.
Okay, yeah. I can believe it. The mana drain, I don't know if there's anyone it's going to affect too bad. The Darkseer does have very high mana demands to get his combo off and use the mech. I imagine really picking up a Blink next, but it will get the grief soon, I assume. There's a lot of dire heroes.
Oh.
Yep, they pop the smoke, they're moving into the enemy jungle here. Spectre, happy to farm the bot lane in the meantime. As long as she can find some space somewhere, she can haunt to the fight if she needs to. Up now. Venge and Nightstalker pushing in, feeling very confident up here. The Nightstalker now 1600 health. And is that actually the completed axe coming out? The re-engagement is here. The
Oh
imprisonment.
dear! Messed up the bongos!
Oh, wow, look at the amount of damage that went out to the Dazzle, but it's not going to be enough. The Witch Doctor ult does manage to take down the Night Stalker, and Venge does escape. Now, pings from the Night Stalker onto Roshan.
They haven't lost a tower yet, LSE.
Yeah, that's a 4 towers worth of gold in the pockets of LSE. And it does show in the net worth. Obviously Sven, especially because of those stacks that have been created for him, he used the God Strength on him and he managed to take that out really fast.
Tower is under attack.
Well, now they know.
Yep. They're coming over for this, and the OD really doesn't really do anything. The egg is popped in the middle of the pit, and it's actually just going to have to be ignored. They turn onto the OD and the Dazzle. The
Swap, big swap. And Spectre coming in, clean up crew. Oh, this is.
and look at that Arcane Orb following out the Sven.
And he's got the Aegis. He did get the Aegis, but they have popped it. This is trouble. Come around the back, Night Dude and Darkseer are going to try and take care of the Dazzle. Can they clear up the Phoenix? Ben, whoa! Cleeboard!
So what happens now?
Well, we have to wrestle. Those cakes! No, I don't want a cake. Oh my god, we got it! Oh my god! Jesus Christ. Alright, well, they're going to turn it around on the Spectre here, maybe.
Yeah, the OD is getting out with almost no health at all. The Urn was going to get him, but the Witch Doctor heal. Spectre is in danger here in the trees, but
Oh, the Witch Doctor
there's so much kiting.
Oh, this fight is crazy.
Team
Right,
actually
Spectre
finds the
dead.
Spectre in the trees.
OD on nothing. I think Night Dude's never stopping. Bongos though. Oh god, what a fight!
Yeah, what even was that?
I don't know. It was a little distracted. Pause mid-fight. it's all over left and right. Who knows?
The Spectre did die at the end of that.
Yep.
But Sven, he lost the Aegis and then his life again.
He's still no top on net worth.
Yeah,
Closely
by
followed by
quite a
Death
long way.
Prophet. And then Knight Dude. He's getting a BKB now.
Yep, the BKB is going to be able to help a lot in these fights. So much damage just being done by the OD and the Phoenix. They haven't been able to, I don't think, take out any of the eggs that have been thrown out. They've been positioned perfectly in these fights, right in the middle of loads of enemies that couldn't really spare the attention to focus on the egg.
Diffusal there on Spectre. See what a difference that makes.
Yep, the net worth still very solidly in favor of LSE. And the lanes still pushed quite a long way out, so we'll see if they can find it any way to push. Cambridge not really got any push available in their lineup at all. OD, Phoenix, two cores that both absolutely suck at pushing. And meanwhile, there's only the two towers left. The mid tier 2 for the Dire is very low now.
I think they want to get these outer towers so that if they win a big fight, they can then get 2 lanes within the same Death Prophet ulti. That's really big for them.
Yep. Now they are grouping up. The Sven and the Death Prophet are mid together. It's going to be another. Oh, okay. So the Darkness is popped. It is nighttime. They want to take this fight.
Just to spook them.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Do you think they're going to just take this and back out? Do you think they want to take the tier 2 top, or do you think they want to try and push the high ground here?
They'll just get a tier 2. They'll wait for the next Roche, I think, before they go high ground.
Okay, there is a the BKB is completed on the Death Prophet. The energy booster is picked up, which I imagine is going to be for a Octarine core next.
It's legit.
Yeah, it's extremely strong on Death Prophet. All these low cooldown spells can just do so much work when you can cast them that much more often. And oh dear, Beam! You're in trouble now, buddy. The Imprison is there, and is there going to be any help? The Haunt is popped, so they see someone at the top of the hill, but the Swap is there. The Coconut bounces up and follows the Night Stalker, and Spectre is there. The Diffusal charges out, and is there going to be a way to interrupt this? Now that's a really good vacuum and wall, but the Dazzle saves himself with the Shallow Grave. The Witch Doctor was channeling the ult from the side. Spectre is already down amidst all this.
These fights are back and forth.
Yeah, these are crazy. The vacuum wall into just an instant
goes
egg.
for the TP out. A disaster. He's still got good strength up, but he doesn't want any part of this.
Yeah,
they're going to
he's
give
just
Death
running
Prophet
away
the
right
rundown.
now.
Yeah, she's very quick.
Yeah, Death Prophet looks like she's just going to get out of this. The Darks here in the Venge, in theory a good trade for the Spectre, but when LSE are so far ahead, they want to be taking more positive trades than that. So Cambridge maybe going to be at least vaguely happy with that.
They might get a tower, first tower in the game for them, but I don't think so.
Yeah, it's not going to be mid at least. There's nobody rotating bot. EP up top from the Spectre. This Spectre, this build, 3, 5, and 8 the Spectre score.
Yeah.
We talked about how she did kind of need to do this
Yeah.
to deal with the mid game of LSE, but now not really doing that much. Not quite enough right now.
The problem they've got is with the nighttime, everything, their world starts to close in. Spectre has nowhere to farm. Oh, they're going to find her.
Now Spectre does get caught by the Night Stalker. The silence is straight off. He diffusals off the silence, but he doesn't have a haunt to get away. And there's a vacuum back. The Sven's done to finish it off. Dogseer gets the kill on the Spectre there. And now this final tier 2 for Cambridge, it's going to be gone. They're going to be stuck inside their base if they don't change the way this game is going soon. They actually back off for now. I don't know if there's something they want to wait for. It's nighttime and they have darkness.
They're just waiting for DP.
Yeah.
To me, or did it just get really cold in here?
Yeah, it got cold.
Whew.
Night Stalker running around with the Iron Shell trying to find a target. With the Aghanim Scepter and the Gem, just able to take so much control of this map.
Yeah.
Only one ward out, and that's way down here. Pretty useless ward
Tower is under attack.
on the bot.
They just de-warded them here, so
Yeah.
here we go. Still only level 2 DP ult. She needs a couple more
Dire's
creeps,
top tower
and
has
she'll have
fallen.
level 3 if they just farm up mid and push that. But Roshan's still not up again. I don't know if they high ground. They've got time. They can wait.
They do have extremely good push power. If they can get another decent pickup or two, I think that will be a lane of Pflax that can't really be contested by Cambridge.
Got the level 3 ult now.
Okay, so this may be the time. The BKB still got 9 seconds left. Sven, BKB of his own on 10 seconds.
Keeping everything pushed in.
Yeah. Pushing all the lanes simultaneously right now. There's no Roshan available yet. But they're just farming up as much as they can.
Look at the graphs. I mean, there's been no point when LSE weren't in the lead, and it's just 10k XP lead, 12k gold lead. Pretty devastating.
Yeah. Absolutely. This has been just kind of methodical, clean play from LSE, where they, you know, the ganks that they've managed to pull off onto this Spectre, the amount of kills they got onto the Phoenix bot lane, just some really good coordination from both the supports and the cores.
I think they've got a better lineup. Honestly, their lineup works very well together.
Yeah, they do. It's true. They're still not committing to a push. I don't know. Do you think they want to wait for Roshan
Yeah,
before they push?
yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately for them, it's gonna be quite a long one. It's another couple of minutes. Yeah. Vector just got all of the entire team behind her.
It's got, look at that, BKB Helm, Sanjin, Yasha, Blink, Treads, and 3k just chilling. He's ready.
Yeah, I imagine this is going to be the Crystallis into the Daedalus on him. It could also be, I don't know, a Moonshard or something.
Maybe
We do see a lot.
AC or something, I
Dire's
don't know.
bottom tower is under
Yeah, the
attack.
attack speed very valuable
Oh,
on Sven, and now it's the Rune of Many Winds. They're thinking about saving it for a Roche, but they're going to be waiting here for quite a while. But a smoke up from Cambridge. They are
gonna go for it. Oh,
yep, walking down the hill. There's a sentry ward at the top of the hill, but it's not going to catch anyone.
Dire's middle tower is under
Observer
attack.
isn't going to see anything either. He's Fen backs up into the jungle and he's going to farm
they're going
in
in.
here some more. And they've got the DD, but they've gone so far back. Both teams.
They
scared
saw
to
them
properly
then.
engage. Oh really?
Oh, look at it go!
Top lane is pushing out towards its Radiant Tier 1 tower. The counter smoke is up. Moving mid lane, they are going to lose some towers if they don't go and do anything about that. They're just waiting. Both teams
Yeah.
very scared. LSE don't want to throw. Cambridge don't want to have that game-ending, game-losing fight, which you know is totally possible to happen right now.
Absolutely. I think they're probably pretty happy with their draft. They got Spectre and OD and Dazzle, so they're probably going to think this is a really good chance. We just need to be disciplined and catch them out somehow.
Now the Roshan is up and it gets spotted by Spectre.
Yeah.
Darkseer and Night Stalker have moved up to this top lane. Night Stalker's still got this gem in pocket and he's almost farmed himself. The BKB. He's now drawing with the OD for third on the net worth.
The thing is, I think neither team minds fighting around Roche. They've both got those big ults that you're quite happy to fight around there, but they're also scared of each other.
Yeah, and now the swap back onto the Spectre. The stun is there. Is there going to be a silence? The Death Prophet nowhere nearby yet. The
Saved by the
BKB
OD.
is popped, and the Sven as well, running forwards with the God Strength, but he can't find anyone. There's no lockdown. Spectre flies up onto the ledge and
You
he's
get
just going to
Dazzle.
TP away.
Wisdom throw interrupted.
Coconut doesn't do enough, so it's going to be the two supports taken down here.
Now, do they just get Roche with the DP ult? I think they have to.
Yep, Sven does blink in there. The God Strength is over, but the
He hits hard enough.
exorcism It's just about finished, but like you said, they hit hard enough. They will be able to take this regardless. The Soul Booster is up onto the Death Prophet, so the next ult probably going to be an Octarine Core one. Vector hanging around up here.
Egg has not been used, remember that.
Yeah, that's still available. There are great positions around the pit.
Oh, swap the
swap
in!
up though.
And he just
Vengeful
eggs!
Spirit swaps him in. The silence is out onto the Spectre, so she can't try and escape. The egg will it actually go out.
Oh,
it's
he
only
got
Sven
it.
hitting it right now, and it will get taken out by the Death Prophet at the end there.
The swap meant that the Phoenix couldn't set it up with the fire to slow down Sven, so he just manned up, punched that egg!
Yeah. That was a nice little play from the Vengeful Spirit there. Swap him in. The egg wasn't enough to save, and it ends up being 2 cores going down. The Aegis goes to the Sven. Who has he spent his money yet?
Yes.
Going for the AC, like you said.
Yep.
There's a courier just kind of sat here. It's got waiting for the recipe, I guess. Yeah, he's going to farm his ancients and then he'll have the money. So the AC is going to be coming out for this fight. So it's a 9-second BKB and Aegis, obviously going to be God Strength. There's this Sven going to be something to contend with.
I think it's a perfect item for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how is Cambridge going to do any damage to anyone here? Their magic damage, they have the pure damage from the OD, and the magic damage from Phoenix, but pretty much all the rest of their damage is physical. Spectre, Dazzle, Witch Doctor's ult, physical, and how much armor are these heroes going to have? It's,
Yeah.
you know, Sven is going to be on 50, 60 armor. How are you going to kill him?
He's got his bots now.
Yeah, he's coming in. He's not scared.
Here we go.
They're going to walk up this hill. They're going to take racks. Cambridge fighters swap back
Nice
straight
swap.
away. Silence onto the OD. He pops the BKB and drops the hammer, but he doesn't really do anything. The Witch Doctor, the ult is cast, cancelled by the vacuum at the back, and now Sven chasing people down on the back lines. Already got 2 kills. He's going to get the Phoenix as well. The Spectre
Oh, he eggs!
is at the bottom of the hill. The egg is there. The coconut is
the bongos
bouncing.
though, the bongos! I don't think they can kill him, maybe. They're going to pop the Aegis at any rate.
Yep, they've got the Aegis here. The stun does land on 2, and the Maledicts does
Here he comes though.
so
BKB
much
already
damage,
used.
but Spectre is under the cover of the Glimmer Cape right now, but I think they can see where she is because of the Spirit Siphon, and she's going to be going down.
Gem
Timeout is
down.
available.
Middle barracks.
Oh, gem down on the Night
Yep,
Stalker.
the
Where
Night
did
Dude,
that go?
he died. I think they stuffed it in the base, have they? No, I'm not sure where it is. Somebody picked it up.
But in
Yeah,
the meantime,
the Venge grabbed it. But they got the whole mid lane.
yep. They got the mid lane. They didn't lose the Death Prophet. The only time that the Sven went down was with the Aegis. Another super positive trade for LSE. And now look at the Sven's net worth next to... He's basically the same net worth as the 2 richest heroes on Cambridge.
Yeah. He's absolutely steamrolled. He had that space early on that Spectre did not. I think Night Stalker, Darkseer gave them such a rough time up there, and Sven against the Phoenix, he actually did fine.
Yeah, the Venge does have the gem. Has an Ether Lens already and will be going for the Ags afterwards. Obviously, the swaps for the Venge have
Oh, they've been huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge.
perhaps a deciding factor in a lot of these fights.
Yep.
Just such good initiation. Now we'll be building up to the Ags, and is also going to let the illusion stick around, provide that aura. Do you think that LSE are feeling confident enough to go uphill again, take another lane of routes, or are they going to play the slow game?
I think they're going to look for a pick and push. Like,
Yeah.
you still don't want to give them a chance to come back. If they lose a fight, they're worth so much. I think it'll get them way back
And
in.
now the
Sven goes
blink
straight
forward.
on the OT.
Dazzle doesn't
There's
get
the
chance.
swap vacuum. Oh my goodness. This is serious trouble for Cambridge. They could just end here, I think.
Yep, they are trying to chase down the Dazzle. The Haunt has been popped, but on his own, Sven is able to take out the egg. Night Stalker does get the Phoenix. Dazzle dies at the back line.
They might get
Nobody
the
can
Sven.
save this Spectre, and they're just going to go for the win here,
wow.
and
GG.
that's the good game. LSE did it. They pulled it out.
Dire's middle tower.
Game
The
3,
first game.
ahoy!
Game three, ahoy! Just the execution all the way through that game, the coordination from all the different players was legitimately very good.
Really good.
LSE.
Stark contrast to their first game. First game they didn't look good, I don't think, but that game they looked really on point.
Absolutely, yeah. So we are going to game 3. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you now.